Hi friends, welcome to this stretch and release yoga flow. This is a great session after a really hard workout if you're really sore like I'm feeling right now, or it's a great cool down after an activating yoga flow. You won't need any props for class today, just your mat and a bottle of water. So go ahead and grab that now and meet me back on the mat in a wide knee child's pose. So you're gonna sit back on your heels, walk your knees as wide as the mat, and then hinge forward at the hips, resting your forehead on the mat. Stretching your arms long out in front of you, spreading the fingertips wide. Maybe wiggling left and right in the hips, just kind of settling a little bit deeper into the pose. Inhale together. Exhale, sigh it out. Good. Just get a little bit heavier into your mat. Let your forehead sink. Let your arms sink deeper into the mat, just resting into this pose. And then walk your hands over to the right side, getting a nice stretch in the left side body. Taking note of where your left hip is in space. If it's a little high up, just bring it back down towards the mat. Beautiful. Come back up through center. Walk your hands over to the left side. For right side body lengthening, again, taking note of your hips. Is your right hip reaching towards the mat? Level with your other hip. Good. Inhale together. Exhale, sigh it out. Beautiful. Walk your hands back up through center. Bring your knees stacked over your hips. Your wrists are stacked over your shoulders. We're going to do a couple rounds of cat-cow. So dropping your belly, lifting your chin, lifting your gaze. And then exhaling, pushing the mat away from you, rounding the spine, tucking your chin into your chest. Cat pose. Inhale for cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat pose. Good. Inhale, bring the right arm twisting open to the sky. And then exhale, thread the needle through your other arm, dropping the right ear to the mat. Again, just sinking heavy into the mat here. Getting a nice stretch in the shoulders. Option to bring the left hand behind you for a half bind. Or you can walk your left hand far out in front of you, tenting up onto the fingertips and getting a stretch in the left arm. Good. Plant your left hand back down, rise up, twist it back open. Plant your right hand to the mat. Lift your left arm to the sky, twisting open. Exhale, thread the needle, send your left arm through, drop your left ear to the mat. Continuing to deepen your breath. Option to bind the right hand behind your back. Or you can walk your right fingertips far out in front of you to towards the top of the mat, tenting up on your fingertips, stretching into the right arm. Good. Plant your right hand, twisting back open, lifting the left arm to the sky. Bring your hands back down to the mat. Sit your heels back, grab your water. Take a moment, take a sip. Hydration is key to recovering after your workouts. I want you to come lay down on your stomach here. We're going to tent our fingertips up on the side of our mat, our arms in a 90-degree angle. We're going to slowly lift our chest into like baby cobra pose. And then we're going to sink our right shoulder down to the mat, twisting to the left side. Good, back up through center, inhale. Exhale, dropping the left shoulder to the mat, twisting to the right. Good, 2 more on each side. Inhale through center, dropping the right shoulder to the mat. Inhale through center, lifting up, lifting the gaze. Exhaling, dropping the left shoulder. 1 more, inhale. Right shoulder drops. Inhale up through center. Left shoulder drops. Good, inhale back through center. Slowly lower all the way down to your stomach. Send the left hand out to the side, directly out to the side, spreading the fingers wide. And then we're gonna rotate over onto our left hip, bringing the right foot behind us. Maybe it plants onto the ground. Maybe the knee lifts towards the sky. We're getting a nice shoulder stretch in the front of the left arm here. Good, bring everything back towards center. Extend the right arm out to the side, twisting up and over. Maybe your foot drops behind you. Continuing to deepen the breath, just feeling a stretch in the front of the right arm. Beautiful, coming back through center. Pushing back up to all fours. Tucking your toes and sending your hips high to downward facing dog. Taking a second to settle here, pedaling out your legs, bending one knee and then the other. Twisting your hips from left to right, maybe adding a little side body stretch all the way up into your arms. Good, inhale the right foot to the sky. Bend the knee and stack the hip open. Create big circles with your knee here, up and around in one direction. Good, switch directions. Re-extend the leg, inhale. Exhale, squeeze your knee into your nose. Step between your hands, lower your back knee to the mat. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Sinking the hips a little deeper. Bending deeply into the front knee. Feeling the stretch in the hip flexor on the left side. Good, exhale, plant your left hand to the mat. Twist open. Right arm goes to the sky. Good, from here, let your knee splay open wide. Maybe even gently pushing it with your hand. You can bend your back knee here for a quad stretch. Option to reach back with your right hand, clasping your foot, holding it here. Breathing into the stretch. Good, inhale back through center. Send the hips back, straighten the front leg as much as you can for half splits here. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold a little deeper over your front leg. Good, inhale, send your hips back forward, plant your hands, send your hips back to downward facing dog. Good, inhale together. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, left leg goes to the sky. Bend your knees, stack your hips open. Start to create big circles with your knee here. Going in one direction. Good, switch directions. Maybe your hips are cracking like mine. Good, inhale, re-extend the left leg. Exhale, squeeze it in, knee to nose. Step between your hands, lower the back knee to the mat. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Reaching up, sinking deeper into the hips, bending into the front knee. Maybe your gaze lifts, extending through the side body, getting long. Exhale, plant the right hand to the mat, twist open, lifting your left arm to the sky. Now let your left knee splay open. Maybe you assisted a little bit with your left hand. Good. Option for a quad stretch. Bend your back leg. Reaching back, twisting open, grabbing your foot with your left hand. Your chest is twisting open towards the left side. Good. Release the hand, windmill it back forward. Start to straighten that front leg as much as you can, sending your hips back for halfway splits. Good. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold a little deeper over the front leg. One more breath in. Exhale, relaxing into the pose. Good. Send the hips forward, plant the hands, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, setting up for pigeon on the right side. My right knee lands behind my right wrist. Getting comfortable into the pose, settling in, wiggling your hips. Your left leg is straight behind you. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you come down to your forearms. Option to reach for your water. Take a sip. Maybe your forehead goes all the way to the mat here. You also have an option for king pigeon, bending the back knee, twisting open, reaching with your left hand. Good. Release the foot. If you're holding it, come back up to sitting. Tuck your back toes. Send your hips back to downward facing dog. Wiggling out the right hip. Good. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, set up for pigeon on the left side. The left knee is directly behind the left wrist. Starting to walk the foot back, straightening the back leg. Wiggling your hips to settle into the pose, finding where the right spot is for you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, maybe come to your forearms or your forehead to the mat. Again, another option here to grab for your water, staying hydrated. Again, an option to do king pigeon on the other side, twisting the chest open towards the left and reaching for the back leg. Good. Release the foot. Sit back up to a pose. Tuck your back toes. Send your hips back to downward facing dog. Good. Slowly step up all the way to the top of your mat. Slow baby steps all the way. Coming into a forward fold. Letting the head hang heavy. Grabbing opposite elbows, swaying from side to side. Tucking your chin into your chest. Exhale, settling into this fold for one more breath. Beautiful. Now we're going to sit our hips back, coming into a squat pose. My toes are turned out. Good. Hands are in prayer position. Maybe my elbows assist my knees to open a little bit wider. Lifting the chest. Good. Now walk your left hands out all the way to the left, inside your knee, then twisting your right arm open to the sky. Come back through center, walk the right hands out to the side, inside the knee, twisting open, lifting your left arm to the sky. Good. Walking back to center. Send our hands behind us. Come into a sitting position here, stretching the legs out in front of you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Just folding over the legs nicely. Maybe your hands go to your shins or the mat. Maybe they grab your feet. But wherever you are, I want you to tuck your chin and let your head hang heavy. And with each exhale, you are melting into this pose, feeling the stretch along the hamstrings. Good, we're here for 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Walk your torso back up to a straight position. Let's take our right foot, crossing it over our left knee, planting it to the mat. Our right arm comes behind us, tending up onto the fingertips. Inhale, lift the left arm to the sky. Twist open to the right. The left elbow hooks to the outside of the right knee. Good. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Maybe your gaze goes over your right shoulder. Good. Release this pose. Sending the right leg long, switching sides. The left foot crosses over the right knee. Tenting up under your fingertips behind you, your left arm. Inhale the right arm to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left, hooking the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Maybe your gaze goes over your left shoulder. Good. Release this pose. Send your legs out long in front of you. We're going to roll down onto our backs. Option to take a happy baby pose here, letting your knees sink into the mat. Maybe you rock from side to side. Or option to take plow pose if it's in your practice. If you want to see what I'm doing, it's important for you to not move your neck in this pose, so watch me first before trying it. I'm going to send my hips up to the sky. My hands are going to come to my low back for support. My elbows are squeezing in. I'm going to start to drop my feet down towards the mat. Again, my gaze is towards my knees. My neck is not moving in this position. Start to release whatever position you're in. I like to send my fingertips long if I'm in plow pose, and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll all the way down. Good. Sending your legs long in front of you. Squeeze your right knee into your chest. Supine twist. Send your left knee over to the right side. Keeping your right shoulder planted on the mat. Maybe your gaze goes over your right shoulder. Good. Inhale through center. Switch sides. Send the right leg long. Squeeze the left knee into your chest. Supine twist. Twisting over to the right side. Maybe your gaze goes over your left shoulder this time, keeping the left shoulder planted to the mat. And release everything back to the center. Start to rock back and forth. Coming back to a seated position. Option to take Shavasana here if you like. I'm going to take one more sip of water, and I also encourage you to do the same. Good. Bring your hands to heart center. Bow your head. Thank yourself for showing up on the mat today. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Please come back to this video anytime you need a stretch session, and be sure to check out my other yoga flow videos. I'll link one here for you on the screen, and I'll see you in the next class.